Hi, good evening. So, I just wanted to talk real quick with you. It's going to be like a 2-3 minute video, and I wanted to talk to the people who are a little bit on my profile going like, hey, why are you talking about the Jehovah's Witnesses all the time? You're making people go check them out. Now people are going to get exposed to them. Hey, why are you talking so much about Jehovah's Witnesses? Don't do it. It's smarter to not talk about them. I'm sorry. But that is silencing other people's stories. Jehovah's Witnesses exist in the world. There's 8,000 of them, and another 8 million of them, and another 8 million who were Jehovah's Witnesses who are now either shunned, discarded, depressive, suicidal. Every time you tell someone not to talk about the dangers of XYZ, you are silencing them and their experiences, and you are making it possible for 10 other people to walk into that group and join it without ever hearing a single word of warning. When I was a kid and I was in school, people told me about it and I thought it was weird that they were talking about it. But when I started going through hard and terrible things and destructive things, those things that people told me started to connect. So do not silence other people about things and tell them what to say and what to not say. This is for, I think it's Lily or Adam, I don't know, Mr. and Mrs. Fowler. Listen, I appreciate everyone, and I don't have any hatred for anybody, but your comment is totally out of place. You need to check yourself. Second, you ended your comment by saying, obviously, you're very hurt, you're still hurting, and you shouldn't let anybody have so much control over you. And I go like, okay, so first of all, you didn't read my article because you can't read the local language. But second, again, where is it coming from that we tell victims, don't talk about it, walk away, let it go, act like it didn't happen? That is exactly why we're in a problem. We tell victims that their pain and their suffering needs to be, put over there, let it go. Deal with yourself. No. This is why a lot of people don't go to the police. This kind of comment, like obviously you're still so hurt and it hurt you a lot. What is that supposed to do? What is that supposed to offer the person? Listen, I'm going to tell you something. I'm not hurting anymore about the Jehovah's Witnesses at all. Or my family shunning me. I'm not hurting. I'm not. It happened in the past. I've been walking through and out of it since I was 19, and I'm 34. That means 15 years have passed since. A lot of healing has gone on, a lot of realization, and the biggest healing came from knowing that this group is dangerous, that these groups, they teach things that are destructive. So I am going to talk about it, and if you don't like it, I'm going to be bold, and I'm going to just flat out tell you, get off my Facebook, delete me, block me, unfollow me. If you can't be a celebratory supporter of telling people and speaking up for the oppressed, for the abused, for the children who are right now being told that if they go to the police, if they tell the teacher what their mom did to them, what their aunt did to them, they're bringing reproach on God's name. They're destroying the organization. If those kids and their plight is not important to you, you don't want to celebrate it and you don't want to support it, you just want to edit it and tell people how to talk about it. Well, get the hell off my Facebook. I'm serious. I'm not angry. I don't have any emotions about it. I'm just going to be bold and tell you, get off. It's like, you don't care about kids? Your opinion means nothing to me. I mean, you're a great person and everything, but your opinion about what I'm talking about, you don't care about kids. You don't want to help them. Then, get off my lawn. I posted it earlier. And that's for Jehovah's Witness apologists too. And you know what? All the people who always say, oh, all religions do that, belittle the plight of a group. Don't do that. Let's not do that. But it's true. It is definitely true that all religions do this. to the degree that they're destroying lives, minds, and hearts. We need to give people, we are at a place in society where giving the broken, giving the oppressed the room to grieve, the room to speak, the room to come up and say what happened to them and validate their stories is more important than anything. Because when we validate what has happened to them, validate their stories, we hear them in respect and silence, they are able to walk out of it. They are able to what's it called? The word I'm trying to use. They will be able to become whole again. Being listened, being accepted, being embraced is love. You want to show love to people who are victimized, who are walking out of some form of abuse? Zip it. Keep your opinions out by the door and just listen. By the way, what I posted wasn't about people listening to my pain. My pain is old, but my pain is happening right now. Someone else is just being systematically submitted to it in such a way that they're going to give up their careers, they're going to give up their talents, they're going to make choices that are going to be so oppressive to them. Their identity is being stolen from them. Some of them, their innocence in their childhood, and you are going to post, oh, it's better not to talk about it so people don't Google it and don't find them. Well, guess what? People need to be informed. And if people are Googling about Jehovah's Witnesses and they don't Google everything the internet has to say, if they fall into the trap, it's on them. Because, I mean, if you go to a restaurant and you only read the good reviews and you don't read the bad ones because you don't want to, you don't make the good research, then that's on you. And I'm sorry, but I don't agree with not telling people what things don't work. Just because they might try them. Like, really? Really? And I know people do stupid things. But we can't hide what's happening, okay? We can't. We ought not to. We owe that to 2, 3, 4, 5 generations of children who are going to be born after this point in time. It is not about us. It is not about what I like. Do you think I like thinking that my family, my whole entire family, thinks the worst of me right now? I don't think about it. I don't go to that place. But do you think I like it? Do you think it's fun? No? Do you think it's fun when my friends call me and say we're worried? We hope nothing bad happens to you tonight? Because I was assaulted in January. Because I said I'm not going back to the Kingdom Hall. I'm not going to be a Jehovah's Witness anymore. You don't know that. But do you think that I'm doing that for fun? No. But we're doing it for the kids. You see? 3 generations from now. 4 generations from now. I think that's how much time we're going to need to heal the world. And you know what? It sounds very stupid. I used to think whenever I saw those beauty pageant girls going, what do you want? World peace. I agree. That's what I want too. World peace. And world peace will not happen as long as we continue to allow, hide, filter, adjust, edit, and window dress oppression, all forms of violence, all forms of abuse. If we continue to try to make them acceptable and easy to digest, it's not. It's a nasty thing. It's mud. It's muck. It's mire. And you know what? Humanity is like that little seed of the lotus. It's trying to come up. As long as we give it air and give it room to express itself and to, come up, it will grow. And it will happen. But so long as people like this woman that commented on me today and this other one that says, she went like, why are you talking about this? Those people, get yourself off my Facebook. Just delete yourself. I'm not going to delete you, by the way, because I'm not going to keep you comfortable. I'm sorry. I don't need to pull up a chair and give you a foot rub. You're a big girl. You're a big man. Walk on out. If you don't want to help the children of the next generations, your opinion doesn't matter to me. It isn't worth two shits, your opinion. I love you. I will help you if you need me. I will listen to you, whatever pain you have in your heart. I will listen to you with an accepting, loving heart. I will pray for you. But your opinion about what I'm talking about goes out the door with the garbage. Okay? So, if you understand me, I'm going to be talking about this regularly. It's the thing that God called me to do. It's the thing He put my feet, He let my feet. I did not choose it. I found out and I just could not stay quiet, and I took some action, and as a result of that action, people called me. And people called me and they asked me, can you tell us more? And I said, yes, I'll tell you more. And when I told them more, before I told them more, I kept digging, okay? That's why I tell you. You want to know what the Jehovah's Witnesses are up to, what the problems are, so you can help a friend not get stuck there, or you're going to help a friend when the time is right with information and data? jwfacts.com and watchtowerdocuments.org. That's it. That's all they need. JW.org is a corporation marketing strategy paper. Everything there is a PR piece. Everything. Because content marketing is the biggest industry in the world. Everything around us is being sold to us through content marketing. And you know what's funny? The Jehovah's Witnesses are probably one of the biggest corporations that pioneered that. And they're probably the ones that taught everyone else how to content market, which is create undying fans and supporters of your content and have them peddle it to all their friends. Because that's what Jehovah's Witnesses are. Jehovah's Witnesses are not a religion. They're supporters of a corporation's publications. They love the books, they love the DVDs, and they're spreading them out. Oh, there's a person who commented. So, I sent this message to you earlier. I'm going to put it again. If you don't like what I'm talking about with the Jehovah's Witnesses and the abuse, you can delete yourself. You're welcome to leave. Second, if you have no compassion for what's happening to the children that are under the abuse and the systemic indoctrination of the Jehovah's Witnesses, then you can really definitely stuff it. Your opinion doesn't matter to me. And third, I am not hurt by the Jehovah's Witnesses right now. I'm not hurting. God and Jesus healed that. But they did send me to speak the truth. And that means that I'm going to talk about some really uncomfortable things, and people are not going to like it, but it's not about my pain. And you didn't read the article, so you have no idea what it says, because you don't read the language. So I'm just boldly speaking to you. I'm not angry. But I might sound very strong right now, because Jesus, he took those people out of the temple when they were selling stuff. He did. He didn't stay quiet and sit over there and go like, oh, well, people are going to think that I'm hurting. People are going to think this. People he didn't do that. Okay? When he called them whitewashed graves, it wasn't anger. Well, it's righteous anger is what they call it. But it wasn't, oh, I'm hurting in this. And when you tell somebody has gone through something, who's selling their story, that, oh, you are obviously still in pain and you should focus on yourself. What you're really telling them is be kind to yourself. And remember what Jesus said to his disciples, oh, be kind to yourself. He said, get behind me, Satan. This is the truth. Don't try to tell me not to say it. It's what's happening. And we need to address it. Because if we're going to change what happens to children 3 generations from today, we have to start cleaning up. And the cleanup starts with you. You, me, we have to start speaking up. And telling people, this is not okay. You don't have to put up with it. And also, your pain is, you're not the only one suffering. And you're not alone in this. There's other people on the other side who can hold your hands. And that's why I'm talking. I'm not talking because I'm angry. I'm not talking because I want some kind of recognition for my pain. I've been walking out of the pain and suffering from the Jehovah's organization for 15 years. And the biggest amount of healing came from finding out what's really happening, getting that information, and that's why I'm getting the information out. And so jwfacts.com will equip you if you meet a Jehovah's Witness when they're willing and they're ready. After you've planted seeds of love, of unconditional accepting love that listens to their heart and lets them be where they are at. Have yourself the information. It's jwfacts.com. So FACTS facts. jwfacts.com and watchtowerdocuments.org. Why those two? Because those two have everything documented. They have copies of publications so people can peruse it. Documents.org has information on everything that's been going on with court cases. People can't refute court cases. If the Watchtower Society has settled outside of court and in court for millions and millions of dollars to victims of abuse who have held them responsible, then the Jehovah's Witness organization can no longer say that they're not liable because they have been held liable by the court of law. You can't deny that. So it's just, this is what it is. It's annoying, it may be hurt, it's uncomfortable, but listen, the truth is seldom easy to deal with, and it's seldom comfortable. It's not comfortable. And let's be honest here, we're not going to grow if we don't start getting uncomfortable. And getting uncomfortable means saying stuff that makes you look terrible. I had nightmares for days because I was thinking of doing some protesting on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, one of the 3 days, in public. Right? Hi, Joshua. And I was thinking of going, and I'm not sure yet, Joshua, you showed up. Oh my God, you're like a sign. I've been talking to some friends about it. I saw Joshua's one of my friends in the U.S. who is actually doing the unwitnessing protesting. And there's silent, peaceful protests where people get the information because Jehovah's Witnesses don't know. I was born as a Jehovah's Witness, 3rd generation. I never knew certain things, like why in 1975 everybody left. I didn't know that. I have relatives right now on my video who were shunned and called apostates from the day I was born. I didn't know them. And I knew their names, and I've seen them at funerals because they're from far away. And the last time I attended a funeral, my relatives who were still Jehovah's Witness, when I was still Jehovah's Witness, they treated me like trash because I hugged and gave condolences to all my relatives, regardless of whether they had told me they were apostates or not. I was like, they just lost their mom, our great-grandma, okay? And I didn't know them. I never knew them. And now I know why they left 1975, okay? Because they had predicted that the end would come, right? Yeah, I don't think I can be silent either. I don't think it's going to be silent, but I need pointers, Joshua. This is new territory for me. It's totally new territory. It's like field service all over again. I was never afraid. Never. I did street witnessing and car witnessing and business witnessing and whatever else. Dude, I even tried Facebook witnessing back when I was still a witness. So being bold and speaking up is not something that's strange for us Jehovah's Witnesses. That's what we are trained of. I mean, public speaking is what we're trained for. My phone is going to die, but I'm going to wrap it up. So we didn't know. I was born in 1985. I was born 10 years after the big mass exodus. And this is how it was told to me. Oh yeah, some people were very, very disappointed because the end didn't come. And they had made decisions to sell their houses and sell their things, and it was like, you know, it was all like, you know, they got upset at the governing body and they were not humble. That's what I was taught. So when I met people who had left the organization in 1975, or I heard about them, I thought about them as prideful pricks who didn't respect Jehovah. Okay? That's what I was taught. Turns out the organization hyped them up, told them to expect it, told them we're going to rejoice. Woo! And then when it came and went, they threw them under the bus. Now, really, what kind of organization does that? And I didn't know that. My whole life, I didn't know that. And I had a friend whom I made in college tell me Jehovah's Witnesses are epic at blaming other people, throwing the responsibility on other people. And I was, nah, that's not true. I argued with her like a lot till the cows came home. I even called her a witch. And with a B. And then, when I'm doing my research, I read the wording. And by now, I've had PR writing training, okay? I'm a writer by profession. Trained in writing reports for corporate whatever, letters to government. That's the work I do behind the scenes. You don't know because I don't talk about it a lot. We know how... I'm the one who can spin... I can spin something and say absolutely nothing. That's a skill that you learn in writing. How to say something without really saying anything. Totally. It's there. So I started reading all the material, old and new, and it started hitting me. These guys are full of BS. It's just a bunch of writers, content marketing. And all these people becoming zealots and promoting it and saying it's the truth. Well, no, it's not. But, unfortunately, there's people in there who believe it. They earnestly do. Their hearts and minds are sacrificed to it, tied to it. And they're mostly afraid of shaming God. They're mostly afraid of hurting God because someone convinced them that they can hurt God. Right? That their actions can make God sad. And they... Listen, I was a kid. I imagined God going... And actually, it's funny because when Caleb and Sophia came out and that video where Caleb imagines his mom crying when he destroys the house, I was like, oh, that's how I used to imagine God. And now they made it a movie and they put the pictures stronger in children's minds. Right? Anyway, I can rant on and I love talking to you guys, but I need to go because my phone is about to die. And I want to thank you for watching the video. And I also want to thank the different people who engaged with me that sparked me to talk. We might not agree. I honor you and respect you. If you're willing to be okay with that, I'm going to say things that you might not be comfortable with. Stay. But, you know, if you can't deal with it, unfollow. I'm serious. Because I will not be edited. And from now on, I will call you out if I believe that your comment comes from a place of not accepting and non-love. I'm going to tell you. Okay? And with all the love and all the respect. But we need to start talking about what's okay and what's not okay when we're dealing with people who are hurting or who have been hurt. And people who come up for people who have been hurt. And I see my husband is on. Hi, babe. I'm outside. I'm gonna come inside right now. I'm gonna come in. Talk to you later. Bye.